Hey everyone, it's James from FunFoods, and today I'm going to show you how to make these Oreo treat Christmas presents. Now these are absolutely amazing, fun to make, so keep watching and I'll show you step by step how to make these. The first thing we need to do to make this is start out with a large pot. And to that pot, I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of butter. Bring this over to the stove and we want to melt down this butter. And when your butter is completely melted, we want to add in 10 ounces of these mini marshmallows. You can use big marshmallows if you like. It's just easier if you use the mini ones. It takes less time for them to melt. And stir them in until they've melted down completely. And when they melted down completely, we can turn off the stove and move on to the next step. Next, what you need to do is put 8 to 10 Oreo cookies in a little bag and let the air out. You can use double stuff or regular stuff. I have a mixture of both. Crush these down into bits, but not too small. Now bring in our pot of our marshmallows that we just melted down. Take your crushed Oreos, and pour those in. Give it a little mix, not much. Now I have these Oreo cereal, Oreo O's cereal, and what we're going to do is we're actually going to put those, I have 5 cups of those, we're going to pour these in there too, and mix these up. If you notice, this is a lot like making a Rice Krispie treats, and it's pretty much the same way, except for I added some crushed Oreos. And we're using not Rice Krispies, but Oreo's cereal. Just mix this up. Next, I have a 9x16 pan. I lined it with some parchment paper. It's just make things come out a lot easier if I do that. Let's spread this out. You can do this on a like 9x9 dish if you want your little treats to be thicker, but we don't want them too thick for what we're doing here. Just spread this out nice and thin. So one trick you can do is you can take some cooking spray and spray your hands with it and use that to kind of push this around and spread it out nice and thin. Be careful because it's still hot. I also like to use a cup to kind of crush these down a little bit as I spread them. And I also just rubbed a little bit of that cooking spray on there just so it won't stick. Because we want to pack these in a bit. Now just let these cool down completely. Now we're going to make the filling that goes in between our cereal bars. And to do that, I have a large bowl. Inside this bowl, I have 1 stick of butter, which is softened to room temperature. That's a 1/2 cup. And I also have a 1/2 cup of vegetable shortening. We just need to cream this. All right, so when it's all creamed together, what we're going to do is add a little bit of vanilla extract. I'm going to put about a 1/2 teaspoon and mix that in. Now I have 3 cups of powdered sugar. I'm going to add that in slowly and mix this up. I use a little bit less than the 3 cups of powdered sugar, but that's okay. I thought we would change this color to red since it's more festive. So we're going to do that, put some red food coloring. This is purely optional. It won't affect the flavor at all, but it certainly will make it look good. All right, so that is our cream that's going to go in between our cereal bars. So now that my Oreo treats have cooled down, I'm going to pull them out of the pan, and since we used the parchment paper, it should make it nice and easy. Just lift them up, like so. Put the pan out of the way. Now, you'll notice I have a tape measure here, and the only reason I have that is I really want to cut these into 3-inch squares, and to do that, I'm trying to make them perfectly 3 inches apart. So, let me set that up. It doesn't have to be perfect, but I'm a perfectionist. So 3 inches would be 12. So I'm just going to cut this just like so. So now we're going to cut the 3-inch squares. There we go. Just separate them all now. Some of them at the end didn't turn out to the size that I wanted, but I'm going to cut these in half. So we have smaller ones for the kids. So I decided to cut these up into smaller pieces. They're not going to be squares now, but that's okay. They're still going to look great. What we got to do is we take them like this, and you'll see a flat side. Take 2 pieces, and we're going to take our filling that we just made, our red filling, which looks pink, and just spread it out inside there on the bottom part of your one of these, what do they call it? Oreo treats, I guess we'll call them. Spread it out, put some in there. You don't have to put a lot in there. Take your other one and join it up. There you go. Next, I have some pull and peel Twizzlers, and what you do with those is you can peel these. They're designed to peel off into little strings. And you can take this, and we're going to use this like it's a bow. So we're just going to wrap it around, like wrapping a present, and tie it on the top like so. I'm going to use 2 pieces on each one. And see if this stretches enough. So I do suggest doing the long one first and then the short side second. So take the long side and you just want to kind of stretch it out, push it in a little bit, and then take the short side and tie it around where we joined up the 2 pieces. Oh no, that one broke. All right, so sometimes things will break and that's okay. Another piece. Take this one, tie it around the middle piece here. There we go. You kind of push it in if you want. And that is one of our little Oreo present cereal bars. So I also thought it'd be fun to dress it up by putting an Oreo cookie on the top here. And to do that, just take a little bit of our frosting that we made. Just put it on the bottom of your Oreo cookie, not a lot. And just kind of stick it on there, like so. Do that with the rest of them, and you have a lot of very yummy presents. Well, now it's time for the taste test. I'm gonna dig in to one of our Oreo treat Christmas presents and see how it tastes. So good. You're gonna love these. Now that you've seen how to make these Oreo treat Christmas presents, go ahead and watch this video right here. It's another Christmas recipe. Check it out, and I'll see you guys next time. Bring this over to the stove. We wanna melt down. Next I have, let's move this. Now I have 3, so after your, what's it called? Thanks for liking.